What's going on, everybody? I'm John Turner. This is Woods to Table, and I'm back out at the farm pond again tonight. Afton told me she wanted to have a fish fry, so I'm gonna come out here and see if I can catch us up a mess of bluegill before it gets dark. I've only got about an hour, but I got a secret weapon.
Hi, everybody.
I got my father-in-law Mark with me here tonight, so we're gonna see if we can catch up a mess of fish. In the time that we have left, we're gonna see if we can just catch up a stringer or brim. And it looks like we walked into a weird situation. We have just a carpet of this green mess across the top of the pond, and it's like this granular, just green, I don't know what it is. It's not algae. I can't figure out exactly what this is. So comment and let me know exactly what it is, but it's really hurting the visibility where we like to come out here and do a lot of sight fishing and the like. So I know there are a ton of fish in here. We'll see if we can get on some tonight and get home with a big stringer of fish. We're gonna do a little bit of a contest because I couldn't get the usual crickets that I like to fish with. So we're gonna do hot dogs versus dough balls, which is bread, versus some night crawlers and see what catches the most fish out here. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. There, he hit it. There, he hit it, Mark. There, he hit it.
Hey,
I was looking. We have so many rods out over there. I was looking at the orange bobber and forgot I had this one out.
Oh, you got it on the line. Oh.
I think I'm in the line.
Yeah.
With this one. Let's see what I can do to free it. There we go. Not a bad start. Not a bad start.
When that's good.
Well, one of us has fish on his hands. I don't know about you. One of us does.
Was it a worm or is it a...
It was on a worm. What do you know about it, Pop?
There you go.
Throw him in the ice chest. You can't catch a mess without the first one. That's it. That's it right there.
Try it. See how Brim's work.
See how he just took my spot. And part of our issue is, and I don't know if this is related to the granular stuff on top of the surface here, is that within this pond, we can't keep people from coming in and trespassing. We can't keep people from coming in and taking out a bunch of grass carp that we have in here to try to control the weed population. And so when they take those fish out, the pond just gets absolutely overrun. We have too many fish in here, now we have too many weeds, and it's just not a healthy ecosystem. So we're doing our best to fight it, but thought I had a hit there. And it's kind of a losing battle. Oh, there he is. Where's my bobber? This feels more like a bass. I hope it's a brim though. He's pulling really good. He's pulling really good. It is a brim, all right, okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's a good one this time. He's trying to get me tangled up in everything else. Oh, he's got the other line. No, no. Please don't be a bass. Oh, be a good sized brim. There he is. Oh, look at him. That's a good one there, Mark.
Sweet.
It's not as big as the one Sammy caught the other day. But for my purposes, that's a toad.
That's nice.
That's a good one. There he hit it, Mark. There he hit it. There he hit it. There he is. There he is. There he is. That feels like a smaller one there.
Yeah.
That feels like a smaller one. Hey, where's my other bobber? Oh, how about? Where's my other bobber, Mark? Yeah. Where'd it go? And my line's down. Here we go. He's swimming to the boat. Be better than I thought. Yeah, that's better than the last one. He's a little better than the last one. Better than the last one. Damn it. Well, this is just inconvenient, Mark. I think this is a bass. Here, Mark.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he came off. I think it was a bass and took me down in the tree roots.
Could have been a whale.
Could have been a whale. He did. He took me down in the tree roots.
Yep.
There's my orange bobber's down. There he is down, Mark. Well, this feels like a bass or a really big brim. Hang on, I gotta come. Yeah, come around, Mark. Come around.
Bring him in.
Bring him in here. Yeah, that's a good one there, buddy. Look at that.
Nice.
Hey, I was reeling in to reposition.
Yep.
And I looked up and said, guess what? Where's my bobber? Look, there's not a straight line on this hook, just like me. Oh, my bobber's down again. Hang on. Hang on, my bobber's down. Hang on, Mark, my bobber's down. I'm under the boat. I'm under the boat. Oh, that one's a bass. That's a little tiny bass. It's a little tiny one. I bet that's, yeah, look at it. Oh. You are probably the one that's been harassing me over there. You hear that? Sound like a beaver. Something. Well, Mark, why don't we go fish the other side?
Whatever that noise is, sure.
Woo! It's already running. He's actually already on it. He's so little he couldn't even take the bobber under. He's already on it, or he's not fighting much. We'll see.
This might be something else.
Big enough to fry?
No.
It's a turtle! Sammy'd be so excited.
Oh, I know.
Are you kidding me? We got our little box turtle. I have to take this home for Sammy. We're gonna absolutely we're gonna let this turtle go as soon as we get it back to the house. Or maybe we'll bring him back out here or something like that. We're absolutely gonna let him go. But Sammy would be so excited that we caught her a box turtle out here at the pond on a hook, nonetheless. It wasn't acting like a normal fish. Certainly it wouldn't take the bait down. It was just sitting there messing with it. And so we're gonna go ahead and get him off this line so he doesn't suffer. But we're gonna take him home, just let Sammy say hey to him, and then we'll release him out there in the woods. That is so cool. So cool. Here we go. Mark.
Oh, it's a bass.
Mark, if you don't start catching stuff, people are gonna think this is staged.
Got one. Hey.
Hey.
I'm not skunked.
Well, hang on. We got to get him in the camera first. Oh,
Oh no, he's in the boat.
Is he in the boat?
I think we do.
Hey, that's a good one, Mark.
Nice. Oh, you got a hook.
Nice job. You need the pliers?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice one. Hey, there we go.
Hey, that's a good one there,
It
Mark.
really is.
That's a toad.
Nice.
There he is. Nice one.
All right. Huge. It's huge, Sean. Camera out, Jonathan. This is huge. Oh, God.
Hey, that's a good one, Mark.
Hey, look at that.
All right, buddy. You have found the spot over here.
I'm going to swallow it. It's okay.
Might get dark, didn't it?
Yes, sir. Where's my bobber?
Only had lights to film. There he is.
You got one?
No. All right, well that's it. Last cast, brought in the last fish. I told Mark I knew right where he was hiding. Man, this was awesome. This was absolutely awesome. It's getting dark now and the bugs are coming out, but man, there's just something that's therapeutic no matter what's going on in your life about getting out here and just wetting the line with your family and just relaxing and having a good time. We had a ball. I had a ball. You have fun, Mark?
I had a great time.
Man, we had a blast.
Thanks for bringing me out.
Of course, man. Get home and get away from these bugs. See if we can get these things fried up. Can't see a thing though. See if we can make it back to the dock. Forgot my troll motor tonight, but I got my father-in-law.
Say bye to your child. Bye, baby. I give you a pet. I miss you. I miss you, baby.
He's going home. All right, so we're going to show you a couple of ways of getting these things cleaned up. The first, just grab one of these out. Start on this side. Go ahead and just clamp the head in. Same way that we would with a crappie or catfish or something like that. We're gonna get in under here, under the gill plate. We're gonna get behind these fins. We're just gonna come in, put a cut down, kind of on an angle, because we wanna get this shoulder meat that's up here at the front. If we wanna just come in on this angle, we're gonna lose a little bit of that. So come in, down to the spine, and then take it all the way down to the belly here. All right, so it's kind of a, an angled shape like this. We're gonna come in behind this bottom fin right here. Then turn your knife and just start following the spine down that rib cage. Just work in small little cuts until you feel the rib cage in right there. We're gonna poke all the way through on top of that fin. Come all the way down and out the tail. At this point, it's just like filleting any other fish. You can get your thumb under here, and if you got a good flexible knife like this Walmart special that I'm holding in my hand, you can just continue to follow down this rib cage. Now there's actually not gonna be a ton of belly meat on these brim, particularly, if you're dealing with a smaller one. You can try to fillet them like this, but with smaller fish like this, you're gonna wind up, losing a little bit of meat, not a ton, but that's about the size of the fillet that you're gonna get. If you wanna finish this off, and I'm not even gonna mess with trying to come down here and get this belly meat, the fish just aren't big enough. If you want that, you really need to scale them and cook them whole. If you're gonna fillet them, like we do, come in, just clamp down the fillet that you just cut loose and very gently work with that fillet knife, pressing down and away. Now you've got a nice looking little brim fillet we can bread up and fry. That's gonna be delicious. All right, so we're gonna scale this one and we're gonna fry it, but we're gonna cook it whole just to do something a little bit different. Even though we're cooking simply and using everything we have laying around, doesn't mean we only have to do it one way. So for this, you want a little bit more of a sturdy knife. It doesn't even have to be sharp. A lot of people even use a spoon for this. Clamp your fish down, and then working against the grain here, you're just gonna snap all these scales off all the way up the fish, and you're gonna do it on both sides. Captain asked me why we need to do this outside instead of in her kitchen, and now I think she's much happier.
Now I know.
But it actually comes off really, really easily. And we're gonna scale all the way up to about where we would have started filleting this fish anyway. We're gonna scale it all the way up to the gill plate and the fins. Flip it over, we'll do it on the other side. Or if you're from the south, this is the other side. All right, so a few seconds later, it's really not that hard. Take your knife right behind the head here, just about where we would have made that incision if we were gonna fillet these guys, and come down, and you're gonna cut the head off, coming down behind the gill plate. continue down, remove that all the way. And you need a little bit of a sharper knife for this part. But we're gonna start kind of back here at the back. Gonna cut into the belly here a little bit. Let me turn around where you can see me. Working this way might be a little easier. Kind of exposing all those entrails. You can get in there with your finger, kind of one snap, pull them out. Now, we'll rinse this out with some really cold water. But now the fish is completely clean inside and scaled. So I've seen it done this way. I've never ever actually tried it, but I really do want to try this. So I'm gonna take this fillet knife and just score this thing a couple times on the outside. So this one, we're gonna bread and fry along with the fillets. And that breading and the seasoning and everything is just gonna fall down in those score lines. And I've heard that this tastes really, really good. You can see it, how it kind of breaks open like that. Can't wait to try it this way. We're gonna do a few like this. We've got a couple more that we're gonna fillet, and then Afton's begging me, so I'm gonna scale some, and we're gonna baker a few in the oven, just like we did those trout and salmon that we caught in Colorado a couple of months ago. So, but that's looking really good, looking clean. Rinse this off, soak it in some cold water, a little bit of salt in it if you don't mind. Give that a couple of hours, and then get it cooked up.
Confirmed.
All right, so we're in the 2-minute drill now. We have got to get this dinner going because we have 1,000 things that we have to do in this house in order to get ready to go to the beach. So we need to hurry and get this finished, get everybody fed. But just because you're in a hurry and just because you have to eat quick does not mean you have to eat boring or bland. We spent, just a couple of extra seconds, and that's really all that it takes to prepare these fish a couple of different ways. I'm gonna fry up mine. I've got these fish filleted here. I've got the skin still on, and I'm gonna fry these that I've scored on the sides. I've seen that done. I've always wanted to try that. And then I've got Afton's over here that we're gonna bake with just a little bit of rosemary and some seasoning, get those things in the oven. And again, I mean, this takes seconds more than cooking everything the same way, but it'll give you an entirely different flavor and an entirely different experience. And it gives you a much, much better dinner. So don't be afraid just to branch out a little bit, try some different things, even if you're short on time. This dinner, like life, is like an ambling, babbling brook. Much like myself, I tend to babble. A winding road, if you will. It started out as one thing. Fast as we can, we're gonna fry up these fish. And now it's turned into fish 3 ways. We're gonna try it out, see what flavor we like the best. That may not be everybody's life, but that's life in this house.
True.
Yeah. Look at that. Now you tell me that's not gonna make a nice little batter? Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Give me a spoon. I'm just gonna eat it. Also water, because that's spicy.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, buddy. Look at that one. You can't get excited about eating that. I don't trust you. Yeah, buddy. So, let's see how we can get some of this. We gotta figure out which ends up on this fried fish now. Oh, it comes apart just like the baked stuff did. Man, this is... Holy cow. This is awesome, and that breading is so thick, it's like home-style fish. All right, so I'll confess, Afton had to go around the corner to pick up Ryan from a friend's house. I've cheated a little bit. I've tried all 3 of these because I was absolutely starving. But I don't know which one is my favorite. My go-to, my old standby is always gonna be fried fillet of whatever fish, and this did not disappoint. This fried whole fish was absolutely a surprise to me. It was just as tender and as flavorful as the fried fillets. But honestly, it falls apart just like the baked fish. Sorry, I can't even, I'm gonna stop because I know you can't even talk. It falls apart just like the baked fish that we made for Afton. The baked fish, just like we've seen before, just absolutely falls apart. I mean, look at how just flaky and soft all this meat is, and it just falls right off the bone. This is like cheating. It's like eating a fillet without actually having to fillet it. Couldn't be any better. I'm gonna save her 2 of those, so she's not gonna get too mad at me. This was absolutely delicious. Here's the upshot. No matter which way you really like to eat this fish, the fish itself is absolutely delicious. They're plentiful, they're available out there in ponds and streams, rivers, lakes. They're relatively easy to catch. It's a lot of fun to take your family out there, friends, go have a good time together, catch up a bunch of fish, come home, cook them up together. And just by taking a few extra seconds, you can cook it a variety of different ways. We can have a very different experience and get a lot of different flavors out of it. It's very, very easy to do. You guys absolutely got to try it. Stay tuned in the next week. We got a bunch of videos coming. We got an amazing beach trip planned. We're going to catch a bunch of different fish. We got a lot of adventures ahead. Stay tuned. God bless.